Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to Morrowind. So we will look for the Telvanni Spy. Let's start with Vivek. This might take a lot of persuasion. And the game crashes. But I was thinking maybe no, I don't know whether we should go. Yeah, let's take the teleport. Let's don't make it too long here.
Of course. What may I do for you?
I'm listening, please. Go ahead.
Teleport me to Vivek, please.
Greetings.
Greetings. Yeah, who to talk to about Telvanni Spy? This is a nice looking mage's guild. Greetings.
Greetings. Strange.
Strange what? You know anything about that Telvanni Spy? Talk to Trebonius. Has he given you any duties? He's asked me to chain an army of Droog to the foreign quarter canton and have it towed to a more reasonable climate. Just between you and me, I don't think he's the best candidate for an archmage. I'd take that lizard skink in Sadrit Mora over Trebonius any day. So Trebonius is like what? Is like the archmage of the Mages Guild, right?
Hello, Outlander.
Jinx.
I hope you won't take too much of my time.
Cyril Onway. What do you know about Trebonius? I don't care what he asks you to do. The best thing for all of us is to ignore that scuttlehead. Last year he asked me to learn the language of the Siltstriders so we could question them about who they took to different cities. Okay, thank you.
Ah, welcome. What may I do for you?
Trebonius. Guildmaster. Are you aware of any Telvanni Spy here? Why no, gro-Dul? There are no Telvanni spies here, and I wouldn't know if there were. I'm the Archmage after all. Tiram Gadar, my Dunmer advisor, keeps an eye out for spies. And that sort of thing, yeah. Who is Tiram Gadar? He's been of immense assistance, gro-Dul. He helps me see the Dunmer side of every decision I make. And he came with the highest credentials. What sort of credentials? I'm sure I have them somewhere around here. Ah, yes, here you go, Naga. A letter from Okato himself. Okay, thank you. To the esteemed Archmage Tribonius. The man delivering this letter is the one Tiram Gadar. Though a Dunmer, he was raised in the Imperial Province. I recommend him as an advisor of the politics of the Dunmer in Vanfell. Sincerely, Okato. He said Okato. Imperial Battle Mage. Okato is in Oblivion? Tiram Gadar area.
Go ahead.
So it's you, the famous Tiram Gadar. What do you know about Tribonius? We get along rather well. He is always willing to listen to my advice.
Go ahead.
Where is that slave?
Okato names is misspelled. They are obvious forgeries. Huh. Well, we could try to save this. Make this guy really like us. He likes us now. What can you tell us about the Telvanni Spy? Is it you?
There is someone watching me, I can tell.
It's probably a stupid idea here. Spy will not reveal himself. We need to talk to other people. Need to talk to other people about him.
How can I help you?
This guy is dumb. We need to talk to
There's
fellow
someone watching me.
mages.
I can tell.
Hello. What do you know about Tiram Gadar? He's the one who puts up with Tiram. Haha. So tell me about Tiram Gadar. Trebonius. To dig a tunnel to the mainland so Telvanni couldn't interfere with the imperial trade.
I'm listening. Please, go ahead.
Yeah. What do you know about Tiram Gadar? Telvanni Spy, talk to Trebonius. Well, it looks like we have our suspect.
What was that about?
Yeah, what was it about? It was about me getting out of here.
What was I thinking?
Do you want something from me?
Yeah, you know, Tiram Gadar, his credentials. His credentials are forgeries, but you don't care, right? Yeah, you're right. Well, you could
Greetings.
teleport me to Balmora. That's it.
Go
yes,
ahead, I'm
I'm
listening.
here.
Do you want something?
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, about the Telvanni Spy. We got these credentials from this guy. He looks very suspicious. Yes, this is exactly the kind of proof I was looking for. Excellent work. It was so easy. It's a shame that the guild is run by a scuttlehead with no sense of ambition like Trebonius. These credentials are the worst forgery I've seen in years. Even Okato's name is misspelled. Please take these scrolls and this dagger for helping the guild. Summon Golden Saint, Soul Drinker. Ooh, Soul Drinker! Can you join House Telvanni? Yes, we can, but it collides with the Mages Guild quest line. I think they kill each other's high officials. So I'm not sure, because for my next character, who I think could be an assassin, I thought I could do the House Telvanni quest line, but I would like him to be skilled in magic as well. Need to figure something out. How to how to juggle it. $11,000 for a soul drinker. Yeah, this is not so bad. Short blade. I think we can have it here. Inventory menu item. Soul drinker. It's a Daedric blade, isn't it? Okay. Any more duties for me? You have completed all the duties I have. Have you spoken with Edwina in Aldrun? Or Skink in Sadrit Mora? Yeah, I think we will do Aldrun first. Thank you. That's what I like about this. You can't just join every guild and rising to the top. You have to choose carefully. Yeah,
May I help you?
Yes, get me to Aldrun, please.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Hey, you sell spells? Clumsy touch, silence, hide, hex, telekinesis. Thank you. What are my chances to cast that telekinesis on self? On self? Okay. So, like, can we open a door using telekinesis? For example, this one. Ah, I see. So we need the spellmaker. We need a spellmaker. Greetings, people.
Do you need something?
Not yet. I'll come back to you in a moment.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Telvanni Spies?
Quickly,
Yeah, of course.
Outlander. I haven't much time.
I was just joking.
Anytime now.
So what are you guys doing here?
Make it quick, Outlander.
You a spellmaker?
I see you.
No, Ranis
Hello.
Athris is a spellmaker. Okay, I guess I'll go back to Balmora. No, actually, Ranis is not a spellmaker. Spellmaker is
suppose I
this
have
lady
a
here.
moment. What is it? I see
Greetings.
you. Hello.
Let's talk about spells. I want telekinetic untrap. Not self. What? I don't want it on self. How does this work? Oh, I have to choose magnitude. How far away do I want to be there? So like 50 maybe. $50 to $50. Okay. Bye. Thank you, my dear. I'll take a short nap here. If you get me to Aldrun. So let's try it. And how do I... How do you... Ah, you have to press space. That's how you... Ah, okay. So, just need a bed. Oh, perhaps behind the door were beds. Yeah, we can sleep here, certainly. So let's try this. So we are out of reach of this door. We cast telekinesis on ourselves. And we open it from far. That's how it works. And how far is 50 feet is pretty far. Okay, that's good. Yeah, nice. I'm happy with my spell. Good. Edwin,
Go ahead, I'm listening.
don't just stop, please.
What was that about?
It was about my duties. Yes, Evoker. There is something you could do for me. I'm looking for a copy of the rare dwarven book, Chronicles of Nchuleft. Oh! Really? I think I sold it. I had it. I remember this book. Where did I get it? It's a rare dwarven tome. None of the Mage's Guild branches have a copy, and it is simply essential to my research. Would you be willing to find a copy for me? Of course I would. Time is of essence. Yeah. I think I sold it to the bookseller in Balmora, but she probably no longer has it.
May I help you? Do you want something?
Welcome, friend.
Yeah. Chronicles of Chuleft. Greetings. Let's barter. Eh! There we go! Chronicles of Chuleft. I knew I sold it to you. There we go.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Thank you.
How wonderful. Welcome, Outlander.
Yeah, no problem.
I see you. Hello.
Travel to Aldrune. So where is this Edwina?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I have a copy of the Chronicles of Chuleft for you. Yep. I'm impressed. I hope you are always this efficient. Well, maybe I should have read it before I gave it to her. But time was of the essence. Yeah, how about advancement? You don't meet our requirements. What are the requirements? Yeah, a lot of requirements. What are my duties? I've been waiting for ages to detect creatures. Potion. For skiing in the tree's shade in Sadrit Mora. It's simply taking sing in the shades forever to finish it. Go to the Wolverine Hall in Sadrit Mora and bring the potion back to me as soon as Skink is finished. Oh, okay, this looks like Skink will want me to get him the most unbelievable ingredients, is like Daedra heart or something, or vampire salts, vampire ashes, whatever. Sadrit Mora, you say? Need to see where is Sadrit Mora. Oh, Sadrit Mora is here. Ooh. Well, we can
Someone watching me.
take a
I
look
can tell.
and see what it takes to you see this. We can cast on Dusi on this. Maybe later. Now we can cast our trap. This is exciting. Apprentices. Trapped. Unduces open door. Yeah, better close it in case somebody comes by. Ooh. Oh yes, yes, more of it. Endurance, willpower. Interesting, interesting. So, Sadrit Mora, you say?
Such useless creatures.
Oh, hello.
All
right
right
then,
please
I'm
go
listening.
ahead.
Please don't talk, everybody, on
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yes,
at once.
Outlander. What do you
How
want?
can
Go
I help?
ahead. Speak.
All right, then.
I believe
I'm
you are
listening.
a skink in the tree's shade. You know about the potion? You don't know about the potion, right?
What was I thinking?
Get a detect creature potion. Maybe you can barter. My services are a privilege of a higher rank. Okay. I guess we need more destruction, alteration, mysticism skills to advance. He won't talk to us otherwise.
Small fork on outside, or is it inside?
There's someone watching.
That pretty much puts a
can
stop
tell.
on our Mage's
That
Guild
guy asks
quests
way
so
too
far.
much. I'm listening, please. Go
I
ahead.
see you.
Hello.
So put me to Aldrun, please. From Aldrun, we will take the Strider to Margan.
You shouldn't be here.
And from Margan we will try to get to Voss.
Where would you like to go?
Depends. Local. Let's take a look at the guide to Vardenfell and read about. Ashlands. Northern and eastern are Azura's coast. Molagmar. There are no roads. Travel by boat. Sadrith Mora. Yeah. Bitter Coast. Gnarmok. Hlaoat. Seidanin. That's different. Gracelands. Telvos. So, the regular rain and dark soils of the Gracelands produce rich grazing for Ashlander herds that give the region its name. The region lies in the northeast of Vardenfell, sandwiched between Ashlands and Azura's coast. Permanent settlements include Vost village and the towers of Tel Vos and Tel Fir. Yeah. Okay. Paul says it's right there in the list. Detect creatures potions. Really? Was I so blind? Excuse me.
This better be important. Make it quick, Ark. Make it quick, Ark. What now?
Okay, I give up. Let's take a look. Where is the Mages Guild here? Oh, this is so unfair. If this is... Oh, this is Margan. There is no Mages Guild. Get it. This is so fair. I need to get back to Aldrun. You can use Vos via boat system if you go to Vivek and start traveling around. Really? No, I'd rather walk.
We make a special
really.
trip just for you. Same low price.
Travel.
Make it quick, Ark.
Do you want
Greetings.
something?
What exactly do you require of me?
So, yes, of course, it's about the detect creatures potion. Yes, of course, Softskin. Take this potion back to Edwina along with my apologies. Speak with me again next time you are here. I may have duties for you, Evoker. Okay. Goodbye. Easy.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I suppose I have a moment.
Please.
What is it?
Beam me back to... Was it Aldrun? Yeah. Hello, Edwina. I have your detect creatures potion. Here it is. Exclusive potion of shadow. Oh, thank you. More duties. Cyril Onware in Mages Guild in Vivek has somehow acquired the Chimer Medium. What is that? It is the 6th volume of Marobar Soul's Ancient Tales of the Dwemer. Most of the ancient tales are not truly Dwemer in origin, but this one may be an exception. It deals with some sort of golem or centurion. Would you be willing to borrow this book for me? Cyril Onway, hey? Okay.
Welcome. Please don't be shy.
I need to get to Vivek.
How can I help you?
Yeah, you can't. I believe you can't.
Is there something you need?
You need to see... Ooh, what is this? No.
Is there something you need?
I need to see Cyril Onwe. I saw him here before.
Do you want something from me?
No. Cyril Onwe. Where could he be? Where was he? Is this you? Yes, hello.
Do you want something?
Yes, about the book, Chimer Medium. Why, I've never heard of such a book. Let me do some magic tricks. I better save this. Can I use your bed here? Thank you. So, about this book. Seriously. You're charming. Oh, sorry. Does she need to like me like 100%? About this book. Uh-huh. The book is in here. That would be too easy. Yeah. Cyril Onwe's chest. Okay. Let's read this book. It's so easy. I mean, breathing water. Ooh. 400. Yoink. Hello. Once we are at it. Ash salts. I'll just rest again, right?
If that creature visits again, I think I'll have choice words to say.
Pearl. Petty vials, flasks, bottles. Yeah. Nice side chamber, Cyril Onwe. Yeah, she sees me. It's okay. Yeah. Let's take a break and read the book here. So, heavy armor knowledge increased. Chimer Medium, Ancient Tales of the Dreamer, Part 6, by Marbar Sul. After many battles, it was clear who would win the war. The magic Chimer has great skills in magic and bladery, but against the armored battalions of the Dreamer, clad in the finest shielding wrought by Junago, there was little hope of their ever winning. Oh, my nose is now full again. That's just... In the interest of keeping some measure of peace in the land, Sthowin, the warlord, agreed to a truce with Karenithil Barif, the beast. In exchange for the disputed lands, Sthowin made Barif mighty golem, which would protect the Chimer's territory from the excursions of the northern barbarians. Barif was delighted with his gift, and brought it back to his camp, where all his warriors gaped in awe at it. Sparkling gold in hue, it resembled a Dwemer cavalier with a proud aspect. To test its strength, they placed the golem in the center of an arena and flung magical bolts of lightning at it. Its agility was such that few of the bolts struck it. It had the wherewithal to pivot on its hips to avoid the burn of the attacks without losing balance. Feet firmly planted on the ground. A vault of fireballs follow, which the golem ably dodged, bending its knees and its legs to spin around the blasts. The few times it was struck, it made certain to be hit in the chest and waist, the strongest parts of its body. The troops cheered at the sight of such an agile and powerful creation. With it leading the defense, barbarians of Skyrim would never again successfully raid their villages. They named it Chimer Medium, the hope of the Chimer. Barif has the golem brought to his chambers with all his house thanes. There they tested Chimer Medium further, its strength, its speed, its resiliency. They could find no flaw with this design. Imagine when the naked barbarians first meet this one on their raids, laughed one of the house thanes. It is only unfortunate that it resembles Dwemer instead of one of our own, mused Karenithil Barif. It is revolting to think that they will have a greater respect for our other enemies than us. I think we should never accepted the peace terms that we did, said another, one of the most aggressive of the house thanes. It is too late to surprise the warlords Sthowin with an attack. It is never too late to attack, said Barif, but what of his great armored warriors? I understand, said Barif's spymaster, that his soldiers always wake at dawn. If we strike an hour before, we can catch them defenseless before they have had a chance to bathe, let alone don their armor. If we capture their armor at Junago, then we too will know the secrets of blacksmithery, said Barif. Let it be done. We attack tomorrow, an hour before dawn. So it was settled. The Chimer army marched at night and swarmed into the Dwemer camp. They were relying on the Chimer Medium to lead the first wave, but it malfunctioned and began attacking the Chimer's own troops. Added to that, the Dwemer were fully armored, well rested, and eager for battle. The surprise was turned, and most of the high-ranking Chimer, including Karenithil Barif, the beast, were captured. Though they were too proud to ask, Sthowin explained them that he had been warned of their attack by a calling by one of his men. What man of yours is in our camp? Asked Barif. Chimer Medium, standing erect by the side of the captured, removed its head. Within the metal body was Junago, the armorer. A Dwemer child of 8 can create a golem, he explained, but only a truly great warrior and armorer can pretend to be one. Publisher's note. This is one of the few tales in this collection which can actually be traced to the Dreamer. The wording of the story is quite different from older versions in Aldmeris, but the essence is the same. Chimer Medium, maybe the Dreamer, Charthurnidams. This word occurs several times in plans of Dreamer armor and animunculi, but its meaning is not known. It is almost certainly not hope for the Chimer, however. The Dreamer were probably the first to use heavy armors. It is important to know how a man dressed in armor could fool many of the Chimer in this story. Also note that the Chimer warriors react. How the Chimer warriors react. When this story was first told, armor that covered the whole body must have been still uncommon and new, whereas even then Dreamer creations like golems and centurions were well known. In a rare scholarly movement, Marabarsul leaves a few pieces of the original story intact, such as part of the original line in Almeris: a Dreamer of 8 can create a golem, but an 8 of Dreamer can become one. Another aspect of this legend that scholars like myself find interesting is the mention of the calling. In this legend and in others, there is a suggestion that the Dreamer race as a whole had some sort of a silent and magical communication. There are records of the Sigic order which suggest they too share this secret. Whatever the case, there are no documented spells of calling. The Syrian historian Borgusilus Malier first proposed this is a solution to the disappearance of the Dreamer. He theorized that in First Era 668, the Dreamer enclaves were called together by one of their powerful philosopher-sorcerers, Kagarnak, in some documents, to embark on a great journey, one of such sublime profundity that they abandoned all their cities and lands to join the quest to foreign climes as an entire culture. Wow. Wow. Is it only me, or hasn't Morrowind aged well? Morrowind has aged very well. It's so much playable today. It's perfect. The Sigic Order. Where did I hear that? Was it Oblivion or in Skyrim, where we had heard about the Sigic Order? I think it was Skyrim. What about breathing water? Alteration. He walked through the dry, crowded street of Balfell, glad to be amongst so many strangers. In the wharfs of Vivek he had no such anonymity. They knew him to be a smuggler, but here he could be anyone. A lower class peddler, perhaps, a student even. Some people even pushed against him as he walked past, if no say. He would not dream of being so rude as to acknowledge that you don't belong here. Serine Relas was not in any of the taverns, but he knew she was somewhere, perhaps behind a tenement window or poking around in a dunghill for an exotic ingredient for some spell or another. He knew little of the ways of the sorceresses, but that they always seemed to be doing something eccentric. Because of this prejudice, he nearly passed by the old Dunmer woman having a drink from a well. It was too prosaic, but he knew from the look of her that she was Serene Relas, the great sorceress. I have gold for you, he said to her back, if you will teach me the secret of breathing water. She turned around. A wide, wet grin stretched across her weathered features. I ain't breathing it, boy. I'm just having a drink. Don't mock me, he said stiffly. Either you're Sirin Relas and you will teach me the spell of breathing water, or you aren't. Those are the only possibilities. If you're going to learn to breathe water, you're going to have to learn. There are more possibilities than that, boy. The school of alteration is all about possibilities, changing patterns, making things be what they could be. Maybe I ain't Relas, but I can teach you how to breathe water. She wiped her mouth dry. Or maybe I am Relas and I won't. Or maybe even I teach you to breathe water, but you can't learn. I'll learn, he said simply. Why don't you just buy yourself a spell of water breathing or a potion over at the Mages Guild, she asked. That's how it's generally done. They are not powerful enough, he said. I need to be underwater for a long time. I'm willing to pay whatever you ask, but I don't want any questions. I was told you could teach me. What's your name, boy? That's a question, he replied. His name was Tharian Winloth, but in Vivek they called him the Tollman. His job was, such as it was collecting a percentage of the loot from the smugglers when they came into harbor to bring to his boss in the Kamona tongue. Of the value of that percentage, he earned another percentage. In the end, it was very small indeed. He had scarcely any gold of his own, and what he had he gave to Sirin Relas. The lessons began that very day. The sorceress brought her pupil, who she simply called Boy, out to a low sandbank along the sea. I will teach you a powerful spell for breathing water, she said, but you must become a master of it. As with all spells and all skills, the more you practice, the better you get. Even that ain't enough. To achieve true mastery, you must understand what it is you're doing. It ain't simply enough to perform a perfect thrust of a blade. You must also know what are you doing and why. That's common sense, said Tharian. Yes, it is, said Sirin, closing her eyes. But the spells of alteration are about uncommon sense. The infinite possibilities, breaking the sky, swallowing space, dancing with time, setting ice on fire, believing that the unreal may become real. You must learn the rules of the cosmos and then break them. That sounds very difficult, replied Tharian, trying to keep a straight face. Sirin pointed to the small silver fish darting about along the water's edge. They don't find it so. They breathe water just fine. But that's not magic. What I'm saying to you, boy, is that it is. For several weeks, Sirin drilled her student, and the more he understood what he was doing, the more he practiced, the longer he could breathe underwater. When he found that he could cast the spell for as long as he needed, he thanked the sorceress and bade her farewell. There is one last lesson I have to teach you, she said. You must learn that desire is not enough. The world will end your spell no matter how good you are, and no matter how much you want it. That's a lesson I'm happy not to learn, he said, and left alone for the short journey back to Vivek. The wharfs were much the same, with all the same smells, the same sounds, the same characters. His boss had found a new tallman, he learned from his mates. They were still looking out for the smuggler's ship in Morrowind, but they have given up hope of ever seeing it. Tharian knew they would not. He had seen it sink from the wharf a long time ago. On a moonless night, he cast his spell and dove into the thrashing purple waves. He kept his mind on the world of possibilities that books could sing, that green was blue, that the water was air, that every stroke and kick brought him closer to a sunken ship filled with treasure. He felt magicka surge all around him as he pushed his way deeper down. Ahead he saw a ghostly shadow of the Morrowind, its mast billowing in the wind of the deep water currents. He also felt his spell begin to fade. He could break reality long enough to breathe water all the way back up to the surface, but not enough to reach the ship. The next night he dove again. This time the spell was stronger. He could see the vessel in detail, clouded over and dusted in sediment. The wound in its hull, where it had struck the reef, a glint of gold beckoning from within. But still, he felt reality closing in, and he had to surface. The third night he made it into the steerage, past the bloated corpses of the sailors, nibbled and picked apart by fish, their glassy eyes bulging, their mouths stretched open. They had only known had they only known the spell, he thought briefly, but his mind was more occupied by the gold scattered along the floor, the boxes that contained them shattered. He considered scooping as much as he could carry in his pockets, but the sturdy iron box seemed to bespeak more treasures. On the wall was a row of keys. He took each down and tried it on the locked box, but none opened it. One key, however, was missing. Thalion looked around in the room. Where could it be? His eyes went to the corpse of one of the sailors floating in a dance of death not far from the box, his hands tightly clutching something. It was a key. When the ship had begun to sink, this sailor had evidently gone for the iron box. Whatever was in it had to be very valuable. Thalion took the sailor's key and opened the box. It was filled with broken glass. He rummaged around until he felt something solid and pulled out 2 flasks of some kind of wine. He smiled as he considered the foolishness of the poor alcoholic. This was what was important to the sailor out of all the treasure in the Morrowind. Then suddenly Thalion Winloth felt reality. He had not been paying attention to the grim, tireless advance of the world on his spell. It was fading away. His ability to breathe water. Yeah, there was no time to surface. There was no time to do anything. And he sucked in, his lungs filled with cold, briny water. A few days later, the smugglers working on the wharf came upon the drowned body of the former tollman. Finding a body in the water in Vivek was not in itself noteworthy, but the subject that they discussed over many bottles of flint was how did it happen that he drowned with 2 potions of water breathing in his hands. Ah! Okay, nice. Yeah, good. So we need to go back to Aldrum. So it was not alcohol they had there.
Should you need something, I will be happy to oblige.
Yeah, I have the book for you. Ha! Excellent, right? This is too easy. Any more duties? I've been distracted from my studies by several reports from Margan. Apparently, there is some sort of disturbance in Helene's hut. Ah, yes, since Helene is a member of the guild, we really ought to do something about the disturbance. I simply haven't had the time to do it myself. My research is in absolutely critical phase. Would you go to Margan and take a look for me? Of course. I'm sure someone there will give you further directions. Take care. Yeah, this is what we will do in the next sessions. Hello guys. Yeah, we will do it in the next sessions, and we will try to combine it with
Here not long ago.
finding Voss, which I suppose will be somewhere here. Save. And I'll see you in about 10 minutes.